Hi, this is Zach here with the US Chartbreakers here at Zach's Traders Cafe for Saturday, the 10th of May. Starting off with Abits Group, and here you can see that we've rather exceeded our expectations. The share's been a falling trend channel, top of the channel there from back in December around $3.80, and obviously we've blasted through that. Above the recent resistance on the way down back in February around $7, looking for top of the triangle there, $12.50, hopefully by the end of this month. Another stock with prospects is coming up next, and it is BTCS. Here we've got a situation where the shares finally found support at the old pre-spike resistance towards $1.30, and we gapped up through the neckline resistance at $2 with an inverted head and shoulders pattern. The view at the moment is that while we're above recent resistance on the way down, $2.50, we should be able to retest post-November resistance as high as $4 plus by the end of this month. Next stock is FGI, and here U-shaped turnaround, gapping through the 50-day line there at 67 cents, and we're looking for a return to the top of that rising trend channel base, 93 cents by the end of this month while we hold that 50-day line. Moving on to Gogo, and here the picture of a massive spike and gap through former resistance here around $9. Current view is that above the old July resistance, $10, around the $10.10 level, we're looking for the top of that rising trend channel towards $13.50 by the end of this month. Stock which is possibly not the most liquid around is Intelligent Living. Here we've got a falling trend channel. We already had a spike on Friday through the top of the channel there at 90 cents. But the view at the moment is, at least while we're above the 50-day line, 41 cents, we should get a retest of the spike we had back in March, effectively the near-term resistance for the stock at 67 cents. On to stock which I don't think I've looked at before, Infobird. Here we've got a broadening triangle base. Top of the triangle there towards $2.95 and above the 50-day line at $1.37. That's where we're hoping the shares will go to by the end of next month. IT Tech is next, and here another intraday spike, but the view now is that we need to stay above the initial March resistance on the way down, 38 cents. If we can do that, then we're looking for the top of that rising trend channel from the beginning of the year, as high as 75 cents by the end of this month. Kaixin is next, and here the picture, improving compared to the way that we can see that shares behaved at the end of last year. What's interesting now is that we need to get an end-of-day close above the 50-day line there at $1. If we can do that, then we're looking for a retest at least of $1.20 and post-February resistance for this stock. One of the better rises of the recent past has been Nuvve, and here you can see why. Rising trend channel base, gapping through resistance. It's a bear trap out and reversal. And the view at this stage is that while we're above the old support area from pre-February, around $2.30, we could head up to $5 by the end of next month at the top of that rising trend channel base from November last year. A real winner, as far as here and everywhere else has been concerned, is Regencell. Here we've had various targets over the last couple of months. First one was just the range high there around $23, then we went for 40, then 60, then 100, and now obviously you can see that the shares have gone completely ballistic. The point to note here, I suppose, is that Thursday's resistance was around $2 or $270, and any dip towards that zone, potentially a way of latching on or getting on to the recent rally if you have missed it. Next stock is So Good, and here, rising trend channel base. We've had a bounce off the floor of that channel. Initial resistance here, the 50-day moving average at $1.26, while we're above recent resistance at 69 cents. We're approaching the last three. The first one is Taskus, and here a gap through neckline resistance from an inverted head and shoulders pattern the breakthrough area $14.30. View at the moment is that while we're above resistance on the way down around $16.60, we could head up to as high as if I can get the shares back again, could head back up as high as the top of that rising trend channel from July, towards $21 by the end of next month. And again, hopefully sooner than that, given how quickly the shares are moving. Moving along to the situation at SCWorx, and here the battle is with the 50-day moving average. That's currently at 72 cents, and we need an end of day close above that to then give us the chance of retesting the $1 plus area by the end of this month. Finishing off with ZK International, and here falling trend channel, top of the channel there at $5, and we're looking for that at least while we're above recent resistance on the way down around $3.20. That's it for me today. More updates during the week.